In my dream, I'm driving through Africa. The freeways turn to smaller roads and eventually to dirt roads. Then comes mountain passes and river crossings. There are small villages with kids waving from the side of the road. As we pass by, they cry out, "Sweets!" We have to slow down for sheep and cattle in the road, and then on we go. It's evening as we gather in a village and people come around to hear the greatest story ever told. They respond to the story in wonder, and there is a newness that comes to their lives. This is my dream. It all started out when I was offered an opportunity to work as a volunteer on a ship in Durban Harbour. This ship had travelled around the world, and as I listened to the many stories of people's lives on the ship, I began to wonder about my own story. This became my dream. In 1998, I was invited by Keir Taylor, a missionary, to go on a trip to Mozambique, my first mission trip. I made new friends and my dream was closer than ever. My wife and I bought an old 1966 Land Rover. We stripped it down at my brother's place and we spent the next year rebuilding it. Then a friend and I travelled in it to Lesotho, up Sani Pass and into the mountains. We found small remote villages, people wrapped in blankets riding horses and donkeys, livestock wandering slowly down the road with a shepherd boy behind them whistling. And we saw kids on the side of the road who shouted as we went past, "Sweets!" Many years later, after about 150 trips into the mountains and the villages, these people have become my friends. We stay in their homes, they gather around in the evenings, and we tell them the greatest story ever told. It's the story of Jesus and his amazing love. You see, the story really started when he traveled to earth and gave his life for us. He said, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and I am with you always to the end of the age." I've made new friends locally too, and together we have visited many small villages, looking for those villages that don't have a church. Our plan? To plant and build as many churches as we can. You see, what I've realized, the real joy of life, the thing that is most fulfilling, is not what can I get out of life, but rather what can I do with my life to serve this King. His name is Jesus.